A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome back to my channel. And let's get into this collective reading. Let's find out what your intuition is guiding you to know and what source is also guiding you to know. Okay, so let's first find out the theme of this channeling session. The theme of this channeling session seems to be closure. Interesting. Closure. Closure is the theme. And what else do we have? Let's find out. Serious. Someone who's always very sensible. Okay. So, serious and sensible. Ball is always in your court. It depends on how you perceive. Ball is always in your court. Depends on how you perceive. Release your fears. Connected with this, which means releasing fears maybe. Why did you do this to me? How cool. Like after the theme card is pulled out, then everything starts falling into place. So why did you do this to me? Releasing your fears. Ball is always in your court. The most important statement here is that the ball is always in your court. It all depends on how you perceive it. So let's find out from tarot now what exactly or what more do we need to know to jump head on, dive deep into this. Actually, diving deep is much better than jumping head on, because I love water, and most empaths, most people like you would also love water, and I really should know the importance of water in your life. Water can cleanse you, it can heal you, it has very powerful healing properties, especially if it's running water or moving water. So what is tarot trying to tell us? The Tower. Someone had a tower moment. Page of Wands. And what more? And the High Priestess. I will pull out one more card and then explain. Wow. 9 of Pentacles. So the message is pretty much clear to me right now. Let's keep these cards in the same progression. The Tower, followed by Page of Wands, High Priestess, and 9 of Pentacles. Okay. And we had closure. Someone who's always very sensible. The ball is always in your court. Release your fears. And why did you do this to me? So I'm being shown the energy of curiosity. I'm being shown the energy that first of all, you must have gone through this feeling of why did you do this to me, or you had this question. It could be one person, it could be multiple people. Why did they do this to you? Like all those people who hurt you. And closure came as the most important word, because closure is what is actually leading this whole session right now. So I'm being shown that there were probably either a single person who hurt you the most, or there were multiple people who discarded you, okay, who treated you really badly, and that led to the biggest tower moment in your life, okay. Everything seemed to have fallen apart, everything looked very difficult, and you can see there are two types of people here. One is the masculine energy and one is the feminine energy, and this tower moment has actually been orchestrated by divine light, okay. So this is a lightning that strikes this tower and it breaks apart, and then all of the things happen. But because the surrounding cards or the progression cards are so amazing, after the tower moment, all the cards that I picked are so interesting, because immediately after the tower moment we have the Page of Wands. In this context, and usually also, Page of Wands speaks about loyalty, boundless energy, lot of positivity, good news coming because of either your own youthful energy or because of youthful energy around you. And look at this Page of Wands. He's dressed so well, so nice, so like, the energy is so nice. It's for very balanced person. You can see the red color, the foundation has become very strong. And whatever these mountains, these high mountains depict, the altitude, plus this red color of foundation is everywhere. It's in his clothes, it's in the feather, the wands, everything, the suit. So basically what it is trying to depict is that the foundation has become very strong, and the high altitudes explain that. And if it happens right after the Tower moment, it's a very good thing, because sometimes people go through the Tower moment and it takes them very long. So this loyalty also comes because you might have learned during the Tower moment that whatever happened, the situation was something like it taught you about loyalty, a big lesson, a deep, deep lesson about loyalty. And so the increased level of loyalty shows probably the lesson you've learned has now made you either work with people who are very loyal, or you yourself, you have become so loyal to your own self, because we always attract what's within us. When we are loyal to ourselves, automatically, naturally, organically, we start attracting people who are loyal around us. And also those who were not loyal in the past, because of our own loyalty, because of our own independence, because of our own, ascension work, inner work, because of our own strength, they also start looking at it and they realize that, I cannot mess around with this person. So they automatically start doing things. But again, don't rely on others. Most of the times when we listen to messages about others, we get very excited. We need to first listen to the things that we do for ourselves. Like as I said, that when we become loyal to ourselves, when we show that loyalty to our own soul, to our own existence, to our own personality, to our own mission, to our own project, to our own growth and inner work, that's when the change happens. Because change happens first inside us, then it's outside. And we don't have to do anything for other people's validation or other people's acceptance. So here the wonderful Page of Wands is telling me that lots of foundational work has happened. It's also showing me some new projects come in right after the Tower moment, right after your awakening and understanding. Wonderful projects have started in your life, or had started. For some people who are already living through it, they would know that they started doing some really cool things. And then everything has its own, challenge, and everything has its own way of happening. There are waves. And I always tell people it's never about the destination. It's about the process. Those who learn to enjoy the process of doing things, they are the actual champions. Because some people purposely don't want the destination to come. They have such ideas that they are like, the destination is not important. What I do on a daily basis, that's much more important for me, because I enjoy it and I love it, and I like to be in that synergy, so this is what it is. And then after, all the projects have started and the confidence has grown and the foundation has become strong and a lot of good things have started happening, then we see the surge of mystical energies and psychic abilities in this person. The High Priestess is showing me that whosoever I'm channeling, if it's you, then because of the Tower moment, maybe you learned some lessons about life which made you do some big time foundational work. So these mystical energies or these psychic abilities, actually we want to say the word intuition. Intuition is the right word, because when you're connected with your intuition, there are two types of energies. One is when a person has intuition but does not have faith. And faith is very, very important, extremely important. So we might have an intuition that something good is about to happen, but we might not have the faith. So once your faith increases in God, you actually see goodness in everything. And my master says this, that the biggest sin is ungratefulness. So when we don't have gratitude, automatically everything changes. The energy shifts from being positive to negative, because we are only focusing on what's not good, When people are fearless and they have a I can do attitude, it actually comes from faith. And as I always say, solar plexus is the I do energy, but we don't say I do it. We always give the doership to masters and source. So we always feel in our hearts very strongly that they're going to do it. It's going to happen and they will do it. It's okay. Whatever has happened in the past. In fact, you also look at the tower moment as a blessing. I mean, whenever a tower moment happens, it might look a bit challenging during that time, or it might look difficult during that time. But I've always seen tower moments are a big gift. Whether anyone else goes through it, whether you go through it, it all depends on the other things, like how soon you get out from it. And in this particular session, I'm being shown that whosoever I'm channeling, if you went through a tower moment, say a month back, you already figured things out. In 3-4 days of the tower moment, like there was a deep dark night for 2-3 days, 4 days, 5 days, you figured things out and you started looking at all the blessings around you. And as soon as you started looking at the blessings, and blessings could have come in many forms, like say something about your business, it crashed and you had probably no finances, okay? And at that point in time, you were like, how am I going to do this? How's it going to work out? You had really bad, very heavy. Sometimes people go through suicidal thoughts also when things don't seem to work out. And at that point in time, somebody helped you out, like somebody just stood up for you, and a friend of yours maybe said that, hey, don't worry, everything will be okay, I'll get it done, or I'll get it sorted, or maybe we can help you get some more time. So you get say 15-20 days more, or you get a week more, or whatever you need, you get it, or maybe your market, the value that you have created in the marketplace, or your name or your reputation that you have created for last few years is so strong that even when you tell people that I'm going through some problem or I'm going through some trouble, they are like, okay, it's fine, we'll wait till your things get sorted out. You don't have to worry about anything. And we'll give you stuff. Say, for example, you run a clothing brand, okay, or you just sell clothes, or you sell some stuff which you need to procure from the market. But the people that you're procuring it from, they are like, you can get the stuff from us and we are 100% sure you will do it. So there are other people also who are showing faith in you. The other people are telling you, you know what, you can do it, because maybe in their bad times you were motivating them. Maybe 2 years back you had helped someone out, or maybe you're just like a happy-go-lucky person. Wherever you go, you uplift people. So when they see that you're down, maybe it could be a health problem, maybe it's a bad relationship, maybe it's a family situation, whatever it is, people can always sense. We all like animals. We all have animal instincts in us, okay? So we can sense fear. But when you have been so kind, when your animal instincts and if you've worked on your animal energy is so important. Like, this is the thing that I always tell people. Here also in the pentacles, you can see this lady is with the birds, with the one bird, and she's around the nature. All the trees are there, but this one bird sitting on her hand speaks a lot about her animal energy. So I tell people, if you work on your animal energy, the same thing that is seen as fear-based or negative in you, it will be seen as something kind. Like, there are animals who are suffering on the streets. Even if they're harmful, they may appear harmful, or they may appear a bit dangerous, but there's someone out there to help them out always. Someone goes to rescue them, someone goes to give them food, someone goes to give them love and protection and shelter, and someone is there to pamper them, because that person is not seeing the animal as an animal, it's seeing it like another being, who's in distress, who needs help, who needs love. And they see all the positive things about that being, that once upon a time it must have been so good and furry, happy and playful. There is something wrong with it today. So universe is sending help to everyone. You just have to be in the gratitude energy. And see, after the tower moment, I could have picked up some negative card, like immediately after that, which could have led to a longer progression, more pain. But that's not the case here. It's like you learned the lesson very fast. So this is a good thing, and similarly it can happen in relationships also. Like, you have a tower moment in your relationship, and you go like, okay, how am I gonna solve it? Either you say it's over, it's ended, or you say, how am I gonna solve it? And I want to be in positive energies, that I want to be uplifted, and I want to just move on from the negative energy, from the drama. And you move out from it, and you immediately start focusing on the things you love, and that will shift your energy, because even the people who are connected to you, they can sense your energy, they know that this person is not really concerned, they're living their lives, they're not brooding over anything, they're not crying about anything, they're not crying over spilt milk, they're not calling me or accusing me of anything. They're like, yeah, whatever, you do your thing, you love whatever you love, you do it, I'll do whatever I love. You give freedom to people, you accept people, you're not saying that everything or everyone has to be perfect. Like, in the background, Lakshmi and Shantakar are fighting and they're screaming, but I cannot feel bad about it, because that's what they're gonna do. They are kids, they are babies, they're gonna play and they're gonna make noise. We all have to accept it, and it's animal energy. Maybe it's because of them I'm doing certain things today, because of all the animals. So we need to think like that. Now, when your high priestess energies become very good, then you don't seek any closure, okay? You don't want to seek any closure, because the link between intuition and faith has strengthened. So you don't care if someone apologizes to you or not, or someone wants to be with you or not. And this makes other people seek closure for you or with you, towards you, because people who discard you, people who have once discarded you, they start becoming curious about you. They are very curious about the shift. Imagine from here to here, what a big shift, what a big transformation. So anyone who had discarded you during the tower moment, anyone who had forgotten about you, because the auto writing cards told me that the ball is always in your court. It all depends on how you perceive things, and release your fears. And why did they do this to you? So you may have gone through this question, why did they do this to me? But universe is telling you that the ball is always in your court, because you are the high priestess, you possess the high priestess energy. Why to worry? And look at the stance, like high priestess is not in any other position but like this. People who sit like this, or people who reflect this energy, project this energy, they don't go out seeking closure to anyone. They are relaxed. They know the closure is gonna come, and if the closure doesn't come also, it's okay, who cares? That's the cool queen bee attitude. And then after it, we see the pentacles. So there is wealth, there is money, there is peace, there is beauty, there is connection, there is divine orchestration, acceptance of divine energy, independence, lot of independence. In fact, I see here a lot of happiness, attracting a lot of good things. So everything is interconnected, okay? So my dear friends, what I can sense over here is that there were probably some people in your life, or a specific person, who had once upon a time discarded you, but now they are very, very curious about your energy, about what you're doing, what you're up to, where you are, because you're not oversharing, you're not even sharing, you're not talking about your plans to them, because you've realized that, what, if they can discard me once, they can discard me again, or they can keep doing it. It's a vicious cycle. And you've become more loyal to yourself. You are so loyal to yourself that the perspective you had has changed. There's a big change in your perspective about life, about things in general, about love, about relationships, about money, about family. And because of your growth, because of the shift in priorities, it is very much possible that other people have also gone through personal growth, because you're not reacting to their drama. You're not behaving, like you're not letting them push your buttons. They are not able to influence you. You're not getting bothered by their mind games. Because I'll tell you, some people, now suddenly this energy has popped up, so I must speak about it. I'm being also shown some people are extremely manipulative, okay? It could be possible that someone in your life who has been around you for a long time is extremely manipulative. They are quite successful materialistically, and they think in their heads that they can hypnotize you and they can make you do stuff, or they can make other people do stuff. And sometimes they make it an ego thing. And spiritual ego, or ego in general, whether you label it spiritual ego or any other ego, it is a dangerous thing. But maybe in the past I'm being shown that they did manipulate you. Maybe in the past they did stop your progress or your growth. Or if you grow, then they come to take credit for it. Like if you do well, you were doing well even before you met those people or you met that specific person, whosoever it is. This is what the message is telling me, that you were always successful. Maybe you met them during a dark night phase, or maybe you met them when you were very innocent. You just like to trust people, you know. So they made you feel that, oh, your life is so bad, let me fix it. Let me turn things around for you. Okay, now I'm not saying that you should not be grateful to masters. Maybe masters sent you to that person. Maybe it was always divine orchestration or intervention, and that's why you were nice to that person. You were thankful towards that person. You were loving towards that person. You were nice. That's what I'm being shown, that you were very nice towards that person. But that person was not so nice. Because this is what the message is telling me. This person was manipulating you. And now you're not getting affected by their manipulation. Their manipulation could be punishment, like silent treatment, punishment, not getting back to you, ignoring you. Even if you're doing well, saying that, yeah, it's not a big deal, it's okay. You know, or when they meet you, or when they met you in the past, I'm being shown, they were like in very competitive mode with you. You know, there was a certain amount of competition. Yes, there was a comparison and competition, and they wanted to know. Not only do they still want to know what you have done to grow so much, because you've grown exponentially, you've grown a lot in a very small, according to them. Maybe for you it was a long time, and you maybe, you know, look at your dark night as a very difficult phase that you had to go through, and it was not easy. But maybe for them, because they don't think that people can grow that fast, your growth and your confidence is so huge that they are very much curious, like, how did you do it? So they cannot straight away ask you, because if they straight away ask you, then it would be like they are not as good as you, because they can't even figure that much out. Like, you can tell them, because I'm being shown that you also have this wild child energy. You know, you're very straightforward. So if they ask you, like, how did you do this, or what made you do this, you're gonna be like, don't you know, can't you figure it out, you're so smart yourself, you know. So I'm actually being shown a person who's also like another kind of wise counsel here. I don't know who's gonna resonate with, but whosoever resonates with this, because this is kind of deep, please talk about it. Okay, please mention it, let other people know, you know. And it's a timeless channeling session, you know. It can apply whenever people see it, whosoever goes through it. So your success, your happiness, or your independence is like a mystery because of this card also, because the high priestess does not like to give out much information. You know, high priestess is always like, you want to find out, then you do what I'm doing, or you know, just straighten up, or maybe just be nice to me, you know, stop playing the mind games. With the high priestess kind of energy, there's one more cool thing, is that high priestess does not like mind games, does not like people acting over smart or not being just cute and innocent like how they should be. You know, be human. If you want to know something, be human. Ask about it in a loving manner. But don't play games, you know, don't play mind games. Don't be like, what is it and how did you do it? But, you know, mentally they are punishing you, and they actually feel that if they're not going to talk to you, or if they're not going to be nice to you, or how actually genuinely how they should be, if they're not going to do that, then it's going to affect you in some drastic way, in some big way. This is how they feel. And you're going to go to them and be like, oh, please listen to me, please talk to me. You have moved on. You don't need closure. There was a time maybe you needed closure from these people, because see, you got a loving heart, you got a pure heart, you got a sweet nature, you know. You're going to love people no matter what. Even if they ask you for forgiveness, they come back to you, they say, okay, I made a mistake, and you see it, because see, with time you've grown. Maybe this time you don't see their presence as a genuine presence. You feel that they have more of me attitude, like they should do this to me, you should do it to them, like you should do this, you should do that. So now you're like, no, come on. At one time when I was in my low energies, maybe I was so grateful to you, maybe I did certain things because I was divinely guided to do so. But now, come on, you need to grow up too, and you're not perfect. There's no one above God. So a lot of people develop this kind of ego over a period of time. Now that ego is something that you can probably sense. This is for really advanced people who have been doing inner work for a long time, because when you do inner work, your first or your most difficult dark night is very long. But with time, your dark nights appear, but they're not that long. So sometimes people are even actually open for dark nights, like, or tower moments. They don't mind it, So that's why the time frame decreases. The answers are revealed faster. One more point that I'm being given to you, for you, is that it could be possible that there are some mutual friends, or it could be possible that there are some other people, or maybe it's just word of mouth. Something has led to them finding out about your growth and progress, even if you have not spoken about it directly, or even if you have not shared it. Maybe there are some people who are simply in awe of you. There are some people who are simply extremely impressed by your energy, and they happen to know these people, or they are somehow connected to those other people, and they go like, this person, I worked with this person, or I hung out with this person, or I met this person at a party, this person is my relative's relative, or this person is this, that, there are many ways to do it, many ways to go about it. So somehow they found out about you, and it kind of shocked them, because they never expected to know about you via those mediums, or via those channels, or situations, or events. Okay, in those circumstances, they were never expecting to hear so highly about you. So that has also kind of shifted their perspective, and they've become very curious about you, about what you're doing. They want to speak with you, of course, or even if they're speaking with you, they're already in the process. But it's you now, because you have become a better, stronger judge of character. You just know when people are coming to you to get something, it's so obvious to you, like you realize it. So the ball is always in your court, because it depends on how you perceive everything, But then it has two meanings. But I feel in this reading, the first part is kind of very, very important. The ball is always in your court. Okay. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session, this collective reading. I will see you soon in another one. For personal sessions, readings, and therapies, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. After you check out the description box, please check out the description box. It has all the details that you need to know about everything. Okay. I use a lot of spiritual tools and modalities, which are, some of them are psychic in nature, some of them are kind of gifts. I would like to say they are gifts, presents by my masters and source, and all the credit goes to them, because without their love and support, without their guidance, nothing is possible. Nothing is possible. I am just simply nothing, nothing. Nobody. I got nothing in me without them. So some of them are direct presents or gifts that they obviously allow me to use for people like you who need handholding. And I don't work with just randomly everyone. I need to work with people who have strong root chakra, or who have the realization of doing inner work, and they've reached somewhere. They can invest time and money and everything, because time is also money. Money is also energy. A lot of people who tell me that I'm not able to generate this much or invest into certain things, I tell them that it's your energy. It's always an energetic imbalance that leads to you feeling inadequate about certain things. And none of these things that we have here in the materialistic plane, we cannot carry it anywhere. So why not enjoy? Why not play with it? Why not make the most of it? Why not help people with it? When you are in a stronger position, When you are able to generate resources for your own self, only then you would be able to generate resources and support system for other people, which I know for majority of you is one of the biggest goals and dreams. Some of you are already on it, some of you are thinking about it, some of you are working on it. Maybe you have the Page of Wands energy right now. So yes, kindly do not share your twin flame ascension journey or your star seed ascension journey or your light worker, any of the things that you've done so far. Don't share it in advance, because if I know everything about you beforehand, then it's not possible to give you an honest reading, because already I've read into it, so we will talk about it for sure. In every reading, in every session, we talk about it. And everything is covered. I don't sit like other therapists, because see, other people who are into therapy, they are either psychologists or they are psychiatrists. That's why they will give you pills and medications, or they will give you a diagnosis based on some things, But I am a spiritualist. So a spiritualist therapist is not the same as a psychologist or a psychiatrist. We don't have schools for us, we don't get degrees. We get the degree from the masters, we have decrees. We don't do degrees, we have the decrees, And a lot of stuff is based on conversational hypnosis, but it's not coming from, okay, this person has bipolar disorder or this person has narcissism and this and that. Because technically, if you look at the medical world, there is no foolproof medicine for none of the mental disorders. It's just on trial and error. It's just on like, okay, maybe this will numb down, this pill will numb down this problem, or that pill will numb down that problem. And some of my clients who have been on pills in the past, after trying the pills and after going through a lot of trouble and even going through more diseases, more problems, finally when they found me, they started working with me. They are happier now because they're off the medications. And I'm not saying, okay, you're going to go off the medication. I would say that you would want to come to me once you've 100% decided and left the medication, because you don't want to go back to the medication. So you need to find out some way or some resource or some source or some medium or somebody who can keep you stable on that path, because it's not easy sometimes to be stable on that path. It's very easy, like for a lot of people to think that I'm going to do it, but when they start walking on it, a lot of challenges and distractions are thrown at them and they go like, okay, let me go back to my old life. If you were eating a lot of junk food, or you were watching a lot of web series or a lot of OTT stuff right before you would sleep, or you had a horrible sleeping pattern, you could never wake up in the morning, you don't have a good food pattern, lot of these things, you don't exercise. So these things, when they collect, they create an energy in you, an energy of laziness, an energy of procrastination, an energy of not feeling too good about yourself, because our habits create these abilities. So if I don't have, like if I don't eat clean food, if I don't eat food which is cooked by my own hands on a daily basis, like sometimes it's okay. Or if I means like all of us, included in this, if we all don't have these healthy habits, then our psychic abilities will not help us out. There will be intuition, as I said, but there will not be any faith, because your ego will tell you, it's okay, you can eat that garbage, or you can eat all the meat, you can eat the chicken and then become like a chicken. You can watch all the negative content, like you can watch all the porn, or you can watch all the pornographic, semi-pornographic content, or this and that, So lots of things are around us in the form of distractions. But the day a person realizes that, what, I'm not going to get into these things. I'm going to be in a discipline which is natural. Like you enjoy going out, you enjoy swimming, you enjoy running, you enjoy backpacking, you enjoy being by yourself, you enjoy to be in actually genuine intimate relationships, because physical intimacy is not always coming from intercourse. Physical intimacy is about looking into people's eyes. Physical intimacy is about sitting with each other, talking to each other, not judging one another, enjoying, laughing with each other, walking around with each other. Like, I can tell you so many things which will make you realize that, oh my God, I haven't done those things in a long, long time, and I need to do those things. So yes, my dear friends, once you are ready to do inner work, then please make up your mind and enter therapy. Because once you enter therapy, then only, it's not something I can tell you like this will happen, that will happen. Once you enter it, only then you can figure things out, okay? And again, I personally feel that it's also because of divine timing. Not everyone can do certain things. I'm not like saying that you can't do it. I'm not saying that you're not capable of it. All I'm trying to say is that you need to do self-study first. You need to work on yourself first. You need to strengthen your root chakra. You need to strengthen certain things you need to do by your own self, on your own caliber. And I know you can do it. You have to be strong enough to be able to enter the next level of inner work. So I will see you soon in another one. One love, peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.